Hey everyone, Team Media here for some more Trails with the Jubsy.
Explain yourself, General Vander! Why is a division of the Imperial Army on our literal doorstep? Does the Empire truly forget the pacts it signed so quickly?
General Morgan, I'm the one who would like an explanation.
What are you?
For the past 24 hours or more, orbits all across the southern marches of His Majesty's domain have ceased function. And at the exact same time, it seems a mass of heretofore unknown structure appeared above your Valeria Lake. Now I ask you, Morgan, what is going on?
It is just as you say. We are confused as anyone else about this situation.
So it would seem. Well, your situation is, as I said, affecting a large swath of Imperial territory. Given that you know full well why I'm here, General.
You're here to try and raise the stallion above us while we're weak, then.
We intend nothing of the sort. We are given to understanding that a criminal organization of some sort has been taking advantage of this situation. All we wish to see is if we can be the aid of the allies to whom we signed the non-aggression pact with. Those are the orders I received from the Imperial government.
Nonsense! What are those tanks doing here, then? Well, I've never heard of a tank that runs on steam and combustion until now.
His eye patch apparently switched places from his cold CO1, alright.
How is it that you suddenly have these tanks which conveniently require no orbital power?
That is a military secret. I would think you would welcome us, though, Morgan. These vehicles are perfectly suited for helping to keep the peace. In Liberal, that is, while this crisis runs its course. You understand my meaning, yes?
We deeply appreciate your thoughtfulness.
What? Wah-wah?
Mwah-wah.
Impossible! Your Highness, what are you?
Morgan, well done. Please, leave the rest of this to me.
But, Your Highness, what are they doing here?
We are the royal bodyguards, sorta, temporarily. Should the worst happen, we'll protect Claudia, we swear. I may be inexperienced as a negotiator. This is, however, the proper time for me to step forward and assume my duties as heir. Morgan, please.
As you wish, Your Highness. I think. To keep in mind who you're going out there to parley with, my princess. If anything happens, be ready to run for the gate.
I understand.
It seems I'll be trading words with someone else now, I'm afraid I don't recognize you, though your bearing is quite noble.
This is the first time we have met, sir. I am Claudia von... Okay, let me try this last name here. Auslace? I don't know. Princess of Liberal, granddaughter to the Queen, and newly invested heir to the throne.
Yeah. Forgive my impertinence, Your Highness. Zex Vander, Your Highness. Lieutenant General of the 3rd Division of the Imperial Army.
Yes, word of your accomplishments in battle has reached even us, General Vander.
Hey, is that guy famous?
Yes, that's One-Eyed Zetch. He's one of the best field commanders Erebonia has.
If I may be so bold, Your Highness, I've actually seen pictures of you before. Have you cut your hair recently? Now that I look, your face is familiar, but...
This is a bit embarrassing. I, cut it for my investiture ceremony. Consider it a little girl's way of showing her resolve to take up a burden too heavy for her.
Hardly, Princess Claudia. It looks very good on you, if I may be forward. Allow this servant of the Empire to congratulate you on becoming the heir to the throne.
Thank you, General.
Well then, what brings the Princess of Liberal here? Are you here to raise protests against us like my good colleague Morgan?
No, that is not my intent. I am sure that our neighbors in Erebonia must be terrified at the moment. The darkness at night, the cold, the complete shutdown of communications. Believe me, I know how any one of these could inspire terror for people. What I ask for you is to consider your actions. Consider what would happen if your forces were to enter our country. You say that large portions of the Empire are disordered at the moment. I assure you, in every part of Liberal, it is worse. And while we no longer bear Erebonia ill will, many of our citizens are agitated and afraid. I could not bear it if the good intentions of our allies were misunderstood.
But
As you can see, we are investigating these strange events as quickly as we are able. Furthermore, we have managed to suppress most of the activities of the aforementioned criminal group on our own. And so I ask, for the sake of continued friendship between Erebonia and Liberal, a relationship we value highly, give us a little more time, General. We will make this right.
But it was, but they are less sound and fury, signifying nothing.
is it Olivier?
Or, oh?
It is
Wait.
Olivier. Oh god, his frame droppage as well. Your Highness!
I shall take the reins. You are relieved, General.
As you wish, Your Highness.
What?
He can't be.
You have got to be shitting me!
I believe that is our first formal acquaintance, Princess Claudia. I am Olivier Trisana, the son of His Majesty, Emperor Eugene III.
What? Well, he's an Imperial Prince? Sure, did you know about this?
You're kidding, right? I thought he was just some sort of agent for Imperial intelligence.
Olivier at Rise Honor. I recognize the name, but I don't know the man.
Even though I am a prince, I am little more than a royal bastard. I rarely attend to public matters of state, so I am unsurprised you do not know my face. It does sting a little, though, I fear. But a lovely girl who was once to be my bride did not even know my face and narrow my heart.
What?
There are no other words.
I see. That's what Connor Richard had in mind a while back. I am sorry, I was unaware. Allow me to apologize for the slight against you.
Well, I do understand it was conducted without the Queen's consent. A sort of slight we can overlook. But this, no Erebonia cannot overlook this.
Oh.
My enchanting princess, are you aware, I wonder, of a little rumor making its rounds across our great empire?
I don't believe I am.
Allow me to tell you then. Rumor has it that the immense structure in the distance is Liberal's new weapon.
What?
Liberal have developed a groundbreaking new weapon that allows them to stop horrible energy. They intend to use it to make us pay for the war 10 years ago. It is a rumor which finds fertile ground in the ears of our citizens and leadership.
It can't be. That's absolutely untrue. We would never.
Then can you prove it? Prove that it is a misunderstanding? If you cannot, then we must act upon the evidence of our senses. Indeed, if the rumors are true, there is a monstrous betrayal of all civilization, using a pact to hide your intentions. What choice would we have then but to be defenders of our free world?
Okay, what in the hell is this, Olivier?
Estelle?
Estelle? I can't just sit here listening to you blather on as you please. Olivier, you know damn well just what's going on here. Why are you being such a jerk?
Estelle, wait.
Have we met? You seem to know me even if you did not get my name quite right. Did we meet at a party once?
Wait.
No, you lack the refinement of nobility. Yes, no matter how I look at you, you must be nothing more than a commoner. So, who are you?
Okay, fine then. You want to play dumb no matter what? You aren't the only one who can bust out a surprise.
Oh,
My name is Estelle Bright. I am a B-rank bracer of the Bracer Guild of Liberal. In accordance with the laws of the guild, I am involving myself in this dispute as a natural arbitrator.
Estelle.
I see. You're a bracer. B-rank. That would make you a veteran bracer who could be trusted with an arbitration of the scope. But...
Trying to say you can't trust a bracer's word? Prince Olivert?
Not at all, forgive me. So what do you intend to do about our little situation, neutral arbitrator?
From the evidence, I judge that Erebonia's claim is false. The floating city is not a Librarian weapon. I swear it on the honor of the Bracer Guild's supporting gauntlet.
Oh, on the honor of the guild's emblem itself, a bold statement. Certainly a statement from the Bracer Guild holds enough weight that it cannot be ignored outright. However, I pose the same question to you then, Miss Bright. What is your evidence to this claim?
Evidence? What we've seen for ourselves. The group which made the floating city appear as the criminal society of Ouroboros, which is still operating in Liberal. We of the guild have been cooperating with the Royal Army to try and put a stop to the society's operations. Heck, if you like, we can have records of everything forwarded to the Imperial government.
That would certainly satisfy our need for evidence against Liberal's possible malfeasance. However, you have, I think, missed a key point, Miss Bright.
Huh?
Assuming then that the perpetrators are this society of Ouroboros, and Liberal and the Guild are capable of putting a stop to the crisis. If you do not, then the Empire would not sit here wringing its hands. The weaponry we have bought, including the cannons of our tanks, all use gunpowder. Would that not be perfect for laying siege to and destroying this little rogue city of yours?
You gotta be joking. What will cannons do against something that big?
You never know till you try, Miss Bright. Regardless, I can say one thing for sure. We do not have the ability to put a stop to our goodwill, or our need to defend ourselves.
Well then, Prince Olivert, would action satisfy? If we can prove that we can, even in these circumstances, do something about that city, would you give us the time to do so?
Well, I suppose for that time, at least, civility will force our hand.
My prince?
Calm down, General. Consider it the bare minimum courtesy to a minor power we have a pact with. This assumes they can even prove anything.
As you wish.
So then, if you can show me you have some hope of stopping this, our forces will withdraw on the quest of the Golden Stallion and my name as a member of the Honor family. I swear it. Oh, that came to... Whoa.
Oh, the voice. Is that?
Yes, no doubt about it. But now you're really kidding me.
Dad!
It's Cassius!
This is our proof, men of Erebonia. Feel free to feast your eyes upon it.
Dad! Cassius Bright!
It's been a while, Zech. They finally gave you a second star, I see.
That's besides the point. Why are you here? What is that ship? How is it capable of flying?
That, unfortunately, is a national secret. Rather like those steam tanks of yours, I would say.
So this is the RCL, is it? And you must be the famed Cassius Bright.
I believe this is the first time we've had an audience, Your Highness. Strange, though. I feel as if we've met somewhere before.
How curious, General Bright. I was just thinking the same thing.
How very curious.
Isn't it, though?
I will kill you.
My prince!
Miss Bright versus Claudia. I am a proud member of the Erebonian Imperial family. I will keep my word. General, have all our forces withdraw from this area immediately.
Olivier, you have our gratitude, Prince Olivert.
Still, though, my dear citizens will doubtlessly not be satisfied with the mere possibility of being
being presented to them. Perhaps I could board the RCL and observe for myself.
Prince Olivia. A good idea. I'm sure everyone in the Imperial government would be satisfied with the prince as a witness. Princess Claudia, shall we?
Of course. I see no reason to object. I'm sure this will only further strengthen the bond of friendship between Erebonia and Liberal. Welcome aboard, Prince.
Twilight Prince now. Prince Olivia, what have you done? You finally strided to the public stage for the first time in ages, and you engage in this charade?
I suppose we were a little too transparent at the end,
Transparent like air? You think a prince of the empire would plan something like this in Liberal? Mueller, how could you let this happen? Forgive me, Uncle. Do you really think this idiot would even listen if I had asked him to stop? Oh, well. Besides, there are elements to this which do not sit easily on my conscience. I learned all about the truth behind Hamill during this mess. Ugh. So you did know.
How could he not know? Even back then, he was a critical part of the military chain of command.
My shame is...
No, Zax, I do not blame you. It was a subsection of the Warhawks. I know you had nothing to do with it. A scandal so vile that information about it had to be tightly controlled. I do not agree with the logic, but I understand it. Seal up that which stinks and bury it forever. Those who rule remain in power unblemished. However, I cannot allow the same trick to be played twice.
Prince.
Zax, you realized it yourself, I'm sure. The incredibly fortuitous addition of these steam tanks to our arsenal, the convenient orders to sporting. Every bit of it has fingerprints of the blood and iron chancellor himself, Gileath Osborne.
Order.
He is in contact with Ouroboros. I no longer doubt it. And personally, I find the idea of a chancellor whose first loyalty is not to the Empire rather repugnant. Don't you?
My prince, you can't possibly.
But I do indeed. The former military man who has become the Empire's central politician after rising to prominence 10 years ago. The cold-blooded yet reformer who laid rails throughout the Empire and has annexed many of our neighbors through force of arms. I have decided to slay the beloved monster which has made its nest in our Empire. You may call all of this my declaration of war.
Unbelievable. My prince, do you even realize what you're attempting to accomplish?
I like to tell myself that I do, at least. He is not only politically strong, but he has de facto control of easily 7/10 of the military. Putting aside neutral people like yourself, all who stand against him are the nation's feudal lords, and their influence weakens by the day. Worst still, my father's trust in him is nearly absolute. The very picture of a monster, I would say.
Then why even?
Isn't that obvious? Because the way he acts is not beautiful.
What?
My eyes were opened as I traveled liberal. People and countries are at their greatest when they are proud of themselves. And I wish for my people, my fatherland, to feel the same pride, to be proud of accomplishments, not conquests. I hope you can understand, Zax.
My prince, you've become quite a man.
As they say, only an unwatched pot will boil. It's been 7 years since you took me under your wing to teach me what you knew, Zax. I simply learned to apply what you taught when you weren't looking.
Indeed. Very well, I'll pull my forces back. I must remind you, however, that the 3rd Division was merely the vanguard. Osborne's mustering another 10 divisions in the capital. 3 days, and then they march. That's your deadline.
Yes, we will act with all haste, Zax.
Mueller, you're going with Prince Olivier, I take it? Things go poorly, bring him back, even if you have to drag him by his collar. I imagine I'll have to do so either way. Men, fall out. We're withdrawing to Palm. There we'll await new orders.
Yes, sir. Who the heck is the Gilead Osborn? Gee, he sounds like another antagonist.
He might be, but I don't know. It's like they shove a lot of politics in that we don't really know anything about. I'm not sure how we're supposed to pay attention to it, but whatever. And so, we managed to buy ourselves
a
little bit of time
A little time at least. I hear something right now, and it's not. God dang it! I keep. Hang on. Ah. There we go. Really though, no one trusts me. It seems my limitations are truly ceaseless.
Of course they don't, you nitwit. Even I didn't think you had something like this in you.
As they say, if you're going to play your cards, throw in all your chips. Besides, you suddenly did a good job in arranging all the pieces. You could say we are partners in crime, confederates of love, and bees of a flower who have shared the sweetest honey.
I am armed, Olivier.
Olivier! I'm just gonna call him Olivier.
Pastel, brilliantly done.
Brilliantly done my entire butt. Would you please explain what in the hell's going on?
Why, it's exactly what it looks like. There was something rotten in the state of Erebonia. I simply dragged it up on the stage.
The stage, and the rest of us couldn't get a peek at the script?
As they truly say, if you wish to deceive your foes, deceive your friends. Having the RCL show up after you negotiate us into a corner, that was the plan Cassius Bud and I came up with.
Dad and Olivier, should've known. Once Dad showed up, I thought that might be it.
That was the idea, at least.
And here comes deceitful jerk number 2.
That's a little cruel, don't you think? I was listening in by phone. You handled those negotiations expertly. Thanks to you, the arrival of the RCL had all the impact it needed.
Listening in by... what?
Of course, that artifact of yours.
Ah, my dear Shaw. No more of that, please. It would be a little problematic if he heard about. Okay. Yep.
Kevin Nash!
Kevin's here too!
And Julia as well.
Your Highness, I heard about the attack on the capital. I am very glad to see that you are safe.
I'm sorry, Julia. I can only imagine how worried you must have been.
Well, part of it's my fault. If I had finished the RCL's upgrades, we could have come by to help out ourselves. Unfortunately, Zero Field reinforcing the most advanced airship in the world took a while, if you can believe it. Still, glad to see everyone's safe.
Yeah, hang on. How is the RCL flying?
You mean a zero fuel generator big enough for the entire ship?
Yes, indeed. The one I gave you a prototypes that I whipped up to help design a large-scale version. I've been locked up in the RCL ever since you left, and now it's finally ready.
I see.
So in other words, every last bit of this was set up by Dad. Come now, don't say it like I'm a criminal. I simply did what I could make it easy for you to act. You did this because you wanted to, yes? Well, technically, I guess, but... Oh, I don't get why you're here, though, Kevin.
Alright, while I was at the cathedral, word came back from the Grosvenor higher-ups. They've been hitting the books. I think I've got a good picture on what kind of thing the Areole is and how to end this mess. And once I told Cassius about this, I got hog-tied and brought out here.
Oh, what?
What the Areole is?
Yeah, so... First of all, the Areole isn't that floating city itself, really. We think it's an artifact within the city that provides the whole thing with overpower and helps control the flow of it.
So why would they tell us it's an artifact, and then make us think it's the city, and then just go back to saying it's the artifact? That seems a little weird.
The Gospels are basically like distribution thingies for it.
An ancient power source for the city.
But then why is it causing all our orbits to shut down?
Now we're getting into guesswork, but a couple of really old legends talk about the Arioles striking down threats to the Chosen, meaning all our modern ornaments are being seen by it as threats to the Chosen, disabling any possible threat in its area of influence. It is a defense mechanism, essentially. It seems extremely likely. It really gives us a ray of hope. Doing something about the entire city would be difficult at best due to its sheer size. But if we can find the actual Ariole somewhere within the city, we may be able to find a way to deal with it.
I see. That is an idea. That does sound like a plan, at least.
Yes, it seems as though our final goal is set for us. We should board the RCL and make our way to the Flying City with all haste.
The decision to use the RCL must come from the royal family. Princess, shall we?
You don't need to ask. Captain Schwartz, prepare the RCL for launch. We're heading for the Flying City above Valiera Lake.
At once, Your Highness.
Explained in the third, yeah, okay. And my bracer friends, please everyone, lend your aid to Liberal in our hour of need. This mission will likely be the last one of this crisis.
Well,
Yeah, saying that like it's even a question if we'll go. This is something we should leave up to our leader.
Later?
Estelle. We mean you, of course.
Huh? Why so shocked, Estelle? Oh, we do all have our own stake in this, yes. But one way or another, we've just been tagging along on this wild ride of yours.
So in that sense, Estelle, you're definitely our leader.
These people are fools. No. Still not quite ready for it?
No, she is. No matter how grim it gets, Estelle never loses Kibo. That light is always there to guide me, to guide us. That's why only Estelle could ever be our leader. Joshua, not helping!
Estelle, your face is red as a beet.
Cute. Okay, I get it. Chloe, the guild accepts your mission. We'll find the Ariole on the Flying City and save Liberal. Thank you.
Good, that's finally settled. Now I can get back to headquarters.
Dad, you're not coming with us?
I'm afraid I can't. It would be too easy. I mean, they may have retreated for now, and I trust Zax to keep his word, but we can't ignore the larger Erebonian threat. What if Zax becomes Zaxol? It's not just Hackett Gate. They could use non-orbital-powered vessels to invade by sea. I also wouldn't be surprised if the Society attempts another raid on Gransel. I just can't leave the Royal Army with all this going on.
Yeah, I get it. I'll do my best. With Joshua, with everyone. So, Dad, try not to kill yourself with work, okay?
It will be a struggle, but don't worry. And Joshua, let me give this to you.
Oh, it's just a letter.
A letter? Call it a father's heart. It's between men, so it might be a little shocking for Estelle.
Gentle reminder that I'm right here and still have my staff. I'll read it when I have time, Dad.
Please do.
For the love of... I seriously do not get guy stuff like this.
Don't be so harsh, Estelle. I'm taking some time off once this is over. I intend to spend a lot of it at home when I can. Estelle, make sure we can all share some omelette rice then, alright?
Yeah, you bet.
This is the longest scene in the history of the game, I swear to God.
Yeah, I actually wonder how long this has been going on. I mean, it's another that manages to be its own episode for sure, but I wonder if it's actually longer than the play.
Are you sure, Cassius? If you're that worried, you could have gone with them.
No, it's fine. Weissman is even more dangerous than I thought he would be. If I accompanied them, I would simply be painting a target on their heads.
Yes, if you were out in the open, he'd strike at your ankle like the snake he is. The price of fame, huh?
And this is maddeningly frustrating, let me tell you. Of course, this is also what gives us a chance to strike.
A game of truth and lies as the two of you tried to read the other, eh? Speaking of lies, do you think the Blood and Iron Chancellor will really hold back?
As powerful as he is, he can't gainsay an oath from Prince Olivier easily. As long as we don't give them any more of an opening, I think we'll be safe.
I hope so. Everything rests on the team aboard the RCL then.
Yes. Lena, and great benevolent Adios of the sky, shine down where your children must walk, please, that beneath this enormous sky they may find the path they seek.
Trails.
God, alright. Well, alright, that's the end of chapter 8. I mean, it was fine, just some goofy nonsense with the worms and whatever. I don't know, the thing about the politics, because I'm always weary of throwing so much politics and stuff after seeing how poorly Star Wars did it. But it feels like, I don't know, we're observers on the outside, so it's not pertinent to us, and it just slows the pace of the story, but I don't know, at least they're not, they're not giving us Anakin Skywalker, so, I don't know. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!
Whoop.